Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's section of reads. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. This should be on the YouTube channel James 13 Wicca in case you're seeing it somewhere else. The dice and decks I'm using are listed below. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. And without further ado, let's get into your selection. Hello, Virgo! Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Virgo? Very good cards, very curious cards. My thought is, and I was getting this while I was shuffling, Virgo's very, y'all are Earth. You know your Earth. Most of you know your Earth anyway. Earth likes plan. Earth likes things to make sense. And will Earth change if it's rational and it makes sense? Not usually like in 2 seconds. Usually Earth needs a minute to kind of like, all right, let me look at this plan. Let me think about it. Does it make sense? If it does, let me see. I might try a little bit here, or, there needs to be some rational reason to make a change. Rational reason. And I'm getting this is about you being ready, but also kind of like, is this change worth it? Do I want this change, or do I want more of what I've already had? And it may not be just kind of like, well, I'm comfortable with what I've already had. It may more be like, you know what? I deserve better than what I've had. Doesn't have to mean anything in the past was bad per se, but it's kind of like, I've done that. I don't really want to do that again. I want an upgrade of some sort. And I know that there's a time here where it's kind of like, I feel like you realize that like you've put in a lot of effort. You've done a lot of work. It's time for something more value. We need more value here. Something feels kind of stale here. Could you keep doing it? Yes. Do you want to keep doing it? It's kind of like, not really, but you're also not going to cause yourself loss. It's kind of like, I'll do the same thing before I'll suffer loss. This makes sense to me the way it feels to me anyway. Like, I will keep doing the same thing before I suffer loss. I'm not going to like just make a change just for the sake of change. I will keep doing the same thing if it doesn't go better. But I need a reason things would be better. Even though things are kind of stale, I can do things with this. I know what to expect from this. So, all right. So we're seeing the Sun card, which is kind of curious in this deck because it's showing a rose with the sun in the background in a very curious way. And then the Empress, which the Empress is kind of like, the Empress usually takes care of others, but when the Empress is in balance, you're included in taking care of others. Like, it's not just like I'm just helping everybody. It's everybody I look out for should also be looking out for me. That's the energy of the Empress. Like, people should be looking out for you as much as you're looking out for them. This isn't just a, like, I just give until I can't take it anymore. This is like, I do for y'all, y'all do for me too. We should be looking out reciprocally. Reciprocally? Okay. So there's an opportunity coming forward. But it's kind of like, I don't feel like I believe in it just yet. Is that the Ten of Swords in the past? There's an opportunity coming forward, but again, I really feel like if I'm wrong, you'll let me know in the comments. I will do the same thing knowing what it is before I'll suffer loss. I will do the same thing again before I'll suffer loss. If it's the same thing and it's boring, I'll stick with that because I know what I have. I'm not just going to suffer loss. I'm not just going to throw things away just to throw things away. Opportunity is here, but I feel like when it comes in, and it has something to do with the history of what's going on with this situation, there's not enough here to ground in. There's kind of like, there's enough, but not enough. There's possibility, but it's kind of like, I don't know. It looks too good to be true. It's kind of like, it reminds me of like when you start dating somebody and they start love bombing you. It's kind of like, this doesn't feel right. This feels unnatural. I mean, it's technically nice, but it doesn't feel right. It's kind of like you're saying I have all these great qualities and you don't even know me. it's kind of like, I don't know, let's take a minute, let's pull back a little bit. Give me a minute here to really soak it up and think about what's going on here. Is this person really feeling these things, or are they trying to win me over and get me to do things that maybe I don't really want to do? It's kind of like whatever's coming in here, it's like, I've gone down this type of path. Whatever the change is that's trying to come forward, it's kind of like, gone down this path before, didn't really work out for me. And there's this history. Virgo remembers their history typically. And they're like, I've kind of done something similar to this before. I didn't like it. And I'm not looking to repeat that. Is that cycles? Spirit Whisperer? It's divine guidance. I keep getting something with cycles though. Like, I'm not looking to create a cycle. I'm not looking to create a pattern here. The Spirit Whisperer makes me feel like, just paying attention a little closer. Sounds nice, looks nice, but it reminds me of my mom when she said, if it looks too good to be true and sounds too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. I was very young when I remember she was saying that to me, kind of like, it looks great and that's wonderful, but let's be careful. Does this mean we want to throw everything out and throw it all away? No, that doesn't mean that, but it means like we have some questions maybe. I don't feel like I want to throw this out just because it looks too good to be true. I do want to test it though. Is it the Six of Cups? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I want something, but it's almost like, all right, there's something being presented here. It's almost like this is waking me up. Oh, this could be a wake-up call. Just because something's being presented, and it's kind of like, looks too good to be true, it doesn't have to mean that this is the choice. It's either take it or leave it. You either get this or you get nothing. It doesn't have to be like this. This could be a wake-up call. It could be one of those, like, we can go the dating route, or we can go the business route, whatever, maybe owning a home. Maybe you don't live, or maybe you don't have something that you're kind of like, I haven't allowed myself to want this in a while. Be it a relationship, a business opportunity, a living opportunity, whatever it is. And maybe you haven't allowed yourself to want it for a while. But this is kind of like that ignition saying, yeah, but you would really thrive with this, with a respectful match, respectful connection. You could thrive with this respectful, honorable, meets you halfway type of situation. And it might be a wake-up call saying, hey, wait a minute. Whatever this is coming at you doesn't mean it is or is not right for you at this moment, or good or bad, but it's saying maybe it's about looking closer and kind of like, hey, there's something lacking here that you could fill in the blank here with. You have possibilities. You have possibilities and you have opportunities that are coming forward. I've had this type of thing happen in my own life where it's kind of like something comes in and it's kind of like, oh, that looked good, but that wasn't right. But it was a heads up. It was kind of like a get ready because maybe this one isn't for you, but we're trying to get you in that mindset, get in that thought process. So when the right one does come in, when the right opportunity does come in, there you go. It's trying to get the machine warmed up, if you will. Trying to get the car warmed up sometimes. If you live in a colder climate like I do some days, we're getting there. It's kind of like, let's warm up the car so it will work properly. It's kind of like that type of thing. Or whatever you got going. Is that the Knight of Wands? Yeah, it is. It's not bad. Sometimes I see the Knight of Wands show up and like, especially for earth signs, sometimes for water signs too, but you're an earth sign. When that Knight of Wands shows up, it's not always welcome. It depends what's going on with it. But there's an opportunity that's coming forward, a different one coming in. That Knight of Wands is coming in soon. And I feel like whatever's going on right now is kind of like a wake-up call, kind of like, do you want something like this? This doesn't have to mean that you're subject to the Knight of Wands whims. It doesn't have to mean that, but it may mean that some opportunity is coming in that may start very fast, but you can slow down and create as you want. It doesn't have to stay. It may pop up one day kind of like out of the blue, but it doesn't mean that everything has to be a crazy run to the end. It just means that something is coming, and when the opportunity shows up, they want you to be ready to decide whether this is for you or for not. Or for not. Or for not. Why not? What is that over there? The 5 of something. Yeah, if you're ready for it, you already have your head in that mind space and your mind in that head space, however we should say that, you can manage this situation when it comes toward you, because it comes forward like the Knight of Wands. It's a very positive energy. It's not bad. It's just not your flavor at first. It's doable though. I've seen a lot of things where there's a lot of earth fire connections with people. I've seen a lot of people like that, ironically, where they have earth and fire in their chart. Where sometimes they go forward quickly, and there are other things in the same person, they won't go forward very quickly. It's just them managing what they really want. So the reason I'm bringing that forward is like something might come forward very fast, but be willing to slow down. You won't know unless you're ready for it, and you can kind of like, wait a minute, before we go crazy, let's not go crazy, but we can talk about this. If you slow down at a pace that's more comfortable for me, maybe we could do something with this. And I feel like that's what they're trying to like get you ready for. Like, opportunity is coming. If you're ready and you have already decided you want it, you'll be able to communicate like, hey, all right, I like the opportunity, but we're going to have to kind of edit the tempo here if you actually expect me to be a part of this. What's that? Nine of Pentacles. The opportunity coming in, the world comes in. It's not one of those things where I can just put it to the side and just come back to it when I feel like it. It's one of those things where it shows up and you can shut it down and move on, and if you do, it will move on. It'll leave you alone, whatever that is. Or you can grab hold of it, but have it start at your tempo. I don't know how to explain. It's almost like somebody like saying, well, we need somebody to drive this bus. You either drive it or somebody else does. And it's one of those things where if I'm not driving the bus, I'm not getting on the bus. It might be one of those things. If that makes sense. It's an analogy. So it's kind of like you're going to drive yourself either way. It's either you're driving the bus with a bunch of people or you're going to drive your own vehicle, whatever it is. And it's kind of like this moment comes in. It's like, well, we got to go. Do you want to drive the bus or do you want to drive on your own? This moment comes up, and you can decide like, hey, you know what, whatever this opportunity is, be it social, business, work, whatever you got going on, it's a general read. Let's keep that in mind. It could be a romantic thing. It could be, it's possible, whatever works for you. General read, you could say nope, and you could let it pass by, whatever it is. It will move on though. It's not sticking around for a long time. Again, this is why this reading is trying to kind of get you in that energy. Even if you get in this energy and you're like, I kind of do want that, but you come and it doesn't mean you have to take whatever's coming forward. It's just you're in a power position to evaluate, okay, maybe I'll try this, or no, thank you, but no. Doesn't mean you have to do anything. As long as you slow it down, though, there's a good possibility this could go really well for you. Will it be easy? Not at first, but over time, as you get more comfortable with it, you get the Emperor energy where you're going to feel more in control, more like, all right, I told this energy I need to slow down. I told this energy I'm not going to do that tempo. Every now and then I feel like you're going to have to kind of like reiterate that. Like, we're getting a little fast again. Let's pull it back. After some time, though, it will get up to speed and will understand once it has to learn you. Whatever the situation, business, pleasure, whatever it is, it has to learn who you are and how you roll. And once it understands you better, I feel like it's kind of like, no, that's a boundary. That's a boundary, and that's not a negotiable boundary. I need to kind of edit my tempo. And it does go better. Whatever the situation is, business, pleasure, whatever it is, it does need time to learn. I feel like Virgo's okay with that if it's respectful. If it's respectful, I feel like you'll be fine with that. It's kind of like, oh, wait a minute, we're going a little fast now. And I feel like you just kind of highlight like, oh, this is going a little fast. I'm uncomfortable. It should be to the point where that's all you have to say. And they're like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Let me pull it back a little bit. It shouldn't hopefully be that bad. There is some stress there. The Knight of Wands is there. Knight of Swords, excuse me. It is there. So there is some stress with it. But it's a learning curve. It should not be like disrespectful, hopefully. This is something that could go into a long-term connection if you decide it to. It goes in stages, and it's not just like, yes, I will, or no, I won't. It goes in stages, and after a way down, if you feel like you're respected, I feel like this is something that could last for the rest of your life. That's with the Death card coming in, but the Metal King, is that what that is? Yeah. that's also saying if you feel respected, if you feel like your boundaries are honored. And this is like a time period. It's like first giving it a chance and then learning, is this situation respecting your boundaries? And if it does and you feel good about it, it could end up staying in your life for a long time, whatever it is. I think we're there. It just was like, it just ended. So the current ended. So I guess I'll have to let it be there. All right. Anything else for this? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.